I get the stream is super hard to see, all right? I can only imagine how hard it is to see. What I'm looking at right now is a perfectly smooth recording. That is not what the broadcast looks like. Not even close. I can almost assure you it'll look worse than that. If I get the 141 today in beautiful 108p on YouTube, I hope y'all pop off. I hope y'all are excited for that. But you will not be able to see it. The bit rate is probably all over the place. I changed a little setting so that instead of dropping frames, it changes the bit rate, and that keeps it from crashing a little bit better. Yeah, that's a quick solution that I have. But if it means I can stream, wonderful. As long as I am streaming, I'm all for it. And I'm pretty sure you can still hear me just fine. If you can hear me, it's like half of the video anyway. Does anyone have Big Fry's music pack? I have Big Fry's music pack. Just saying. My music pack is... It's kind of an old video, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Which for my channel is kind of old. And there's a download link in the description for that. So if you want to get the Big Fry music pack, that's where you get it. You can see the pixels. Wow. Wow. Wonderful. I hope you can see at least 1 or 2. If you can make out what track I'm playing, then you have something to be proud of. Oh, I should turn on the music again, the playlist. Y'all remember the playlist from the last stream? Probably not. Especially because on said playlist, I have a 30-minute long recording of the Toad Brigade theme from Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, that was great. I didn't even notice that it was looping the whole time. Like, I could hear it too, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's good. There's nothing wrong with listening to the Toad Brigade theme for 30 straight minutes. That will not affect your mental health at all. Bro, it's 4 pixels? Wow. I'm glad we can get that instead of the 0 that it normally is. Either way, I'm recording, and the recording will be way clearer. Way clearer. The audio is good? Okay, excellent. Good. I was hoping the audio would be unaffected, because last time I'm pretty sure it was unaffected. Once it's done, I'm so going to go back and watch the stream. I can only imagine that it's like, it actually is 4 pixels. It probably is. And by the way, I don't even know what the issue is. When I got here and I first started streaming, everything was fine. It was actually really good. I didn't have the stream disconnect or even get close to disconnecting like a few times. It was nice. Ooh, this run sucks. It was good until that mushroom section. Yeah, there it goes. And then all of a sudden, boom, the Wi-Fi disappears. All of a sudden I can't stream anymore. It's terrible. And please let me know if it crashes. If it actually dies. If it actually dies, I'll be so sad. Because I looked up some tutorial online, and the way he made this one setting sound, like there's this one setting you can change that apparently fixes everything, so that you don't drop frames. Instead of dropping frames, it changes the bitrate. Which is why it looks like 4 pixels right now, because the bitrate is that low. But that'll keep it from crashing, and if it just doesn't crash, that's amazing. If you can read the numbers on the timer, then I'm impressed. Because I bet you can't even read those. I'll just lie. I'll lie to y'all about what times I'm getting. I'll get like a 143.8 and be like, guys, I did it! Oh my god, this is insane! Tell your grandkids about this. Why can't I make the gap jump today? What is up with that? I can't believe they ported Mario Kart Wii to the Atari 2600. Okay, it doesn't look that good. Alright? Think older. Think like NASA vector technology. Think like... What do you think is the first... I know the first ever video game was Pong, right? What's the first game in general? You think cavemen back in the day were like drawing with sticks and had like some sort of game? Probably. Something Stone throwing competitions. Yeah. That's about how ancient of technology this looks on stream, I bet. Not gonna lie. Not sure why humanity moved past stone throwing competitions. You should upload the stream recording, not gonna lie. You know what? I'll do that for members. I'll do that for members. That's what y'all get. That's what you're paying $1 a month for. It used to be member Mogies in Summer Series episodes. Remember back in the day when y'all actually got a lot of content? Yeah. Not anymore. I remember over the summer, I was uploading so much membership content, it was insane. Like, every time I would play a Mogi, I would upload it for members, pretty much. So they were getting regular Mogi uploads, like, 2 or 3 times a week. Okay, not that often. Whenever I was in town, I would upload one. So maybe, like, on average of once a week. Why did that suck? Can anyone explain why that sucked? I can't. That felt perfectly fine. Maybe we're just still warming up. That's probably it. Maybe I just have to talk about the Kings. No, there's nothing to talk about right now. I could talk about, oh, yesterday I was playing basketball. Yeah, new thing. Instead of talking about basketball, I'm talking about myself playing basketball. So I was hooping yesterday, right? And there was this guy on the other team who could dunk, and he was really good. I wasn't as good as him. There we go. But I thought I was holding my own. I was playing good defense, so I felt pretty accomplished about that. Like, there was this one guy, not that short, but kind of shorter than me. And by the way, I'm 6'10", so he's like 6'8". And this guy goes up for a jumper. I fully palmed the ball, take it out of his hands. Yeah, I felt pretty good about that. That's my claim to fame. I'm a good defender. Okay. Dang. What was that last lap? Another 0.1? Ew. Ew! Get that out of here. Can't believe I recorded this with a Voyager. I'm recording this with, like, a memory, dude. In case you're wondering, the KPPS, what is it? KBPS is fluctuating between 50 and 150. A typical stream has one at about 1600. Just think about that for a second. There are people have memories clearer than this stream. This is a really poorly really poorly recorded stream. But it's a stream, guys. It's a stream. Yay. How do you like this 1:2 picture quality? I bet it's so fun. By the way, that last time that we just drove, we did complete it. It was a 142.263. Not what we're looking for. Now, I don't really know what I should do different to save time on that run. Seriously, I don't know. I'm a little lost. See, that was a 0.1, and I don't know why. I say that every time I get a 0.1, but it's true. I don't understand why I get 0.1 sometimes and 0.0s other times. It feels like a mystery. And then I'll just get a 0.8 out of nowhere on lap 2, because lap 2 is just like a goated lap. I don't know, man. Lap 2 is where all the time save happens. That was a good mushroom section. Okay, that's a little bit of a wacky gap jump strat. And I don't know how that wasn't a 0.9. Felt like a 0.7 for real, but 0.0 I guess. We can get, if we get like a low 0.9 on this lap, you know, with one good gap jump, that's possible. Low 0.9 and we're PBing. We're PBing in the most beautiful picture quality you've ever seen on stream. We bonked the wall. Yeah, alright. At least we're consistent. We are physically unable to explain how that lap was bad. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just a matter of actually playing. The issue that I have is that instead of playing every day, like I probably should, I play every once in a while because I'm scared of getting the PB when I'm not recording. Because if I do, think about how awkward that would be. Like turning on OBS and booting it all up and being like, "What's up, guys?" No live reaction to the PB, by the way. We're just gonna watch it in post because I wasn't recording. I would hate that. So usually if I turn on my Wii to time trial, because you know I can't play online, I'll just time trial other tracks. Like I've been hitting BC Wii a little bit. Been hitting Dry Ruins. Love a good Dry Ruins run. It's one of my favorite tracks now. It'll never top Mushroom Gorge, but you know, it's good. Looks like a Sega Genesis advert. Who calls advertisements adverts? Who does? Adverts? Is that a British thing? I feel like that's a British thing, calling them adverts. I've been summoned to the 1980s. Think older. Think like, if you were to make this black and white, it would fit right in next to like 1920s like silent movies. That's what it would look like. This looks like Mario Kart streams. That's what Mario Kart streams will look like in 2013. Yeah, once we get up to 2x4 instead of 1x2, that'll be a game changer. That will change everything. Looks like I'm playing on a graphing calculator. Okay, it does. My TI Inspire CX2 is actually sitting right next to me right now. Because, you know, I'm a student. I do calculations with that thing sometimes. There was a girl in my math class a few years ago who showed me her games on her calculator. One of which was Minecraft. It was a 2D version of Minecraft that she could play on her calculator. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that absolutely insane? Someone could play Minecraft on their graphing calculator. Granted, it's a TI Inspire CX2. Those things are powerful. Those things will change your life. Not even kidding. But still, Minecraft, like, people have full-blown computers that have trouble running Minecraft, and she has, granted, a 2D version, but she has Minecraft on her calculator. That's insane. We're also super consistent today. I don't know why. We're consistent, but like consistently a little bit worse than our PB. It's a lose-lose. Ah! Oh my god. That lap, by the way, after bonking the wall, was a 0.2. Imagine if we didn't bonk the wall. That was going to be a 33.8. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Today, just like any day, is a good day to get the 141. It's also super possible. Every day, it's super possible to get the 141. It just is. Like, I could go the whole day without getting a single 33, and then boom, I just get the 141 out of nowhere. Like, that can happen. Once I got a PB here, and it was my first run of the day. I had gotten back from vacation. I hadn't played in a week. I open up my Wii and instantly PB. You never know when you're gonna get these. Okay. I think you need to use your hotspot. Here's the issue. My computer, it won't connect to my phone hotspot. I don't know why. Plus, it's worse. The phone hotspot, it gives out, I think, about 100 kbps. Maybe 100 to 200, and right now we're fluctuating in that range anyway. So if I were to use my phone hotspot, it wouldn't actually change anything. Yeah, it's a British thing? Okay, that sounds right. Every once in a while it does turn black and white. That's hilarious. That is so funny. What does it have, like scratches on it too? Like it's an old like slideshow movie? Probably. Yeah, I just put a filter on it to make it look even older. I'll make it's like The Lighthouse. I'll just make it seem like an old movie, even though it's made in the modern era. Have y'all seen that movie? It's pretty new. And I think it's pretty popular too. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I've got a friend who's seen it because he's seen literally every movie in the entire world. It's kind of annoying sometimes too. Not, you know, it's not annoying that he knows every movie, but sometimes, like, if someone mentions, oh, have you seen whatever? He has every single time. So it's like, if him and someone else start talking about movies, then I just kind of sit there quietly, waiting for them to like talk about something else so I can get back into the conversation. But like, he's so ridiculously knowledgeable about movies, it makes me a little jealous. Granted, the time that I would spend watching movies that he does, like right now he's watching a movie, I spend playing Mario Kart. This is a prime example because I'm playing Mario Kart and he's watching Game of Thrones right now. Not a movie, but you know, TV show, media. How does this affect the Kings' legacy? That's a good point. Well, you see, the Kings are built on losing for pretty much their whole existence. I'm not kidding. So, when the Kings came into the league in 1985, they were not a new franchise. The franchise was old. The franchise has been around since the beginning of the NBA, originating in Rochester, New York. They were the Rochester Royals. In 1954, they won their first and only franchise NBA championship. Then they moved around a little bit from Rochester to Kansas City, Omaha, then just Kansas City, then in 1985, Sacramento. So if we're counting just Sacramento history, yeah, the Kings have been bad for pretty much the entirety of that, with a few exceptional times. One of those exceptional times just happened to be 2001/2002. See, the Kings had been pretty good for a couple of years leading up to this year, 2002. They had an all-star point guard, Jason Williams, who you might have heard of. He was a very good passer, very flashy. I'm also on lap 3 and totally selling. This run is not gonna break, you know, any PBs. It's gonna do nothing. But anyway, Jason Williams, very great passer, fan favorite in Sacramento. And then we traded him away because the GM decided that Mike Bibby would be a better fit for the team. Mike Bibby, also an all-star point guard, came to the Sacramento Kings alongside a couple of European stars, Vlade Divac and Peja Stojakovic. Some very, very well depth rostership. That's a word, rostership. They had a very deep roster. They had Scott Pollard. They had Chris Webber in their starting lineup. They had a lot of good shooters. They had Bobby Jones, I think. Yeah, very good team. In 2001 and 2002, that season, they accumulated, I believe, 62 wins in an 82-game season. So they were a very, very good team, having a better record than even Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Until in the Western Conference Finals in the playoffs, they had to face the Los Angeles Lakers. And in Game 6, they were up 3-2 in the series, by the way. In Game 6, the referees made the most egregious called game in NBA history. In the fourth quarter alone of Game 6, the Los Angeles Lakers shot 26 free throws. 26 free throws. Think about this for a second. That's over 100 potential points gifted to the Los Angeles Lakers if they were to keep that volume of free throws given throughout the whole game. It was ridiculous. They fouled out Chris Webber. They fouled out Vlade Divac. They fouled out pretty much all of our good defenders and players. They were left with Scott Pollard, who also fouled out near the end of the game. It was the most heartbreaking Sacramento Kings piece of history ever. I've mentioned this before. This is not a new story. I have talked about the Kings getting robbed in 2002 before, but that's the most important part of their history. Now, since then, they've kind of they were okay for the next few years, then tapered off. By about 2006, they were out of the playoffs. Next time they were in the playoffs was this year. It had been 16 years since the Kings had been in the playoffs, and they finally made it. And who do we have to face in the first round? The Golden freaking State Warriors. We have to face Steph Curry and Klay Thompson in the first round. And of course, they play out of their minds. They come back from being down 2-0. De'Aaron Fox did excellent. Domantas Sabonis played basketball. Kevin Huerter disappeared. We had a not so great playoff success, but our regular season success was awesome. We had the highest offensive efficiency in NBA history at about 120 points per game, which is incredible. We had one of the worst defenses in the league, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. Can we get a day in the life of Big Fry? In a minute. I have to talk about the Kings for like one more minute. We also hired a very, very good coach. We went through a couple bad coaches and a couple bad GMs. Vlade Divac, the Sacramento Kings player who played on the 2002 team, became our general manager for several years, and he made a lot of very bad decisions. In 2018, or maybe it was 2018, the Sacramento Kings selected, with their second pick in the draft, Marvin Bagley. You've probably never heard of Marvin Bagley, and that's because he's not good. Someone you might have heard of, though, who was picked right after Marvin Bagley, who the Kings could have selected, was Luka Doncic. You know, NBA superstar, potentially the best European player to ever enter the league. I mean, he isn't yet, but there is a possibility that he's the best European to ever play in the NBA by the time he retires. Yeah, the Kings could have had him. But Vlade Divac, being, I think, Serbian, decided that he didn't want a Slovenian on his team. And Luka Doncic is Slovenian. So he was like, you know, those Slovenians, we can't trust them. They're not cool. So he passed on Luka Doncic. Not kidding, that's the reason. Actually, I don't know if Vlade Divac was Serbian. He was Balkan. I remember that. One of those countries. I don't remember which one. But the reason he passed on Luka Doncic was because he didn't like Slovenians. Yeah, that's a rough part of Kings history too. So that's it. That's my spiel on the Kings. That's the Kings' legacy. Terrible draft picks. Terrible regular season / playoff success. Terrible success in general. That's us. Very, very poorly run franchise. Until this year. And now we're good. And I'm very happy for that. Yep. Anyway, so a day in the life of Big Fry. Well, today's Sunday, so I woke up very late. I went to the 11 o'clock service at church, and then went and got Taco Bell with my roommate J.E. Shout out J.E. Came back, and I was either going to stream. I didn't know if it would work, so it was kind of cut into my plan. But I was either going to stream, or I was going to start editing that long speedrun video. And since the stream is working, we're streaming. Then after this, I'm going to try to get in a Road to Nines room. And then after that, I've got friends coming over tonight to watch Fight Club. That'll be a fun movie. Haven't seen that one. But I guess I'm expanding my movie horizon. I was just talking about that earlier. Good thing I'm doing that. Why is the quality so bad on Gorge? That's an excellent question. Because, I don't know. It just sucks. But it's either this or nothing. So would you take the alternative? No, I'm taking this over nothing any day. You got a new PB on Mushroom Gorge, you say? What is the time? It's so glitchy and pixelated? Yeah, it is, but you can hear me. Thoughts on Tech Man stomping on you big group? What? Thoughts on Tech Man stomping on you big goo? What? Red Panda, can you elaborate on that? Hey, Ziza Galaxy Master, Schnon. I think you're mixing up the spacebar and the enter key. They're actually not the same thing. They're very different. So one of them adds a space between your words. That's the one you're looking for. You don't have to send each word individually. Just thought you might, you could learn a thing or two. You know, you should know that. So please don't bog up the chat with all those singular word messages, please. Uh-oh. can only send messages with 10 characters. Actually, that's kind of weird. I don't know why you can do that. Other people are chatting up just fine. Yes, sir, Luka, my guy. Yeah, I have nothing against Luka Doncic, except for when he plays our team because he's good. Like, he's so ridiculously unguardable, and it's hilarious. Him and Jokic, I feel like they should be easy to guard because they're not like... They're athletic, but they're not as athletic looking as like Giannis or LeBron or someone like that. Like, you look at LeBron, and you see how unstoppable he was in his prime, and you're like, okay, I get it. You look at Jokic, and you're like, just stop this dude already. Like, come on. Looking like that, he's going to drop 30. He's going to drop 30, 10, and 10 on you, looking like a string bean. How? I'm not letting that happen to me. Even though I totally would if I was in the NBA. He would kill me. Oh, and then I forget that they're, like, very, very tall, too. Like, Jokic is... I don't think he's 7 foot, but he's almost 7 foot. Same with Giannis. I think he's 6'11". LeBron is 6'8". Maybe taller than that. This map sucks, by the way. Luka Doncic is a basketball player of all time. Yeah. Yes, he is. Fry, why is the quality so bad? The quality is so bad because the Wi-Fi that I'm streaming on isn't good. And I don't know why. I was streaming on it a few months ago, and it was perfectly fine. It was actually very good. And then all of a sudden, it was really bad. And I don't know why. The alternative to a very, very laggy stream is no stream. So we're going to take this and run with it. That's all. Minecraft looking on bitrate, yeah. Think Terraria. Very, very, very pixelated. Speaking of old games, me and my friend J.E. were talking about this earlier. Do y'all ever remember Drawn to Life on the DS? Did y'all ever play that game? I remember I used to play that game all the time when I was little. That, like Lego Star Wars and New Super Mario Bros. On my DS were the games. Drawn to Life was one of my favorite games growing up. And I remember I thought I was a genius. Because you could draw your own character, right? But it would always have the same hitbox. I didn't know that though, so I thought if I put a little dot and that's it, and the rest of my character is invisible, then I would be immune to everything. It wasn't true. It just made me invisible, and I couldn't see where I was. But I thought I was super smart. Is this pace? We'll never know. Yeah, y'all will never know. I could literally complete any run and just tell y'all what it is, and you would never be able to tell if I was telling the truth or not. We'll see if this is pace going into lap 3. I'm starting to think it's not, because this mushroom section has sucked. Okay, yeah. I'm feeling good about this session, though. I know we've had some mid-runs, but we can bring it. We can bring it. I promise. I 100% swear on me, mum, that we have the potential to get the 141 this session. No! Invincible, what's up? How's it going? I saw Shane in here earlier, too. How's it going, time trial gurus? I know Invincible, you're a glitch main. So is Shane, but still, thanks for showing up. Even though I do hate time trialing glitches, I'm sure you do too. You know, being a glitch main and all. Because, I mean, for the glory, you know, you get the glory of the world record / a good time on the category, but all that time you have to spend aligning and doing clips, that just makes me never want to be a glitch main. That doesn't sound as fun as regular time trials. It's just, I'm curious. I'm gonna look at it on my phone to see how ugly it is. It cannot be. Oh my god. He's so ridiculously unguardable. It's hilarious. And then Jokic, I feel like This is the... Oh my god, it's a bunch of squares! I didn't know it was that bad! Wow! Oh my god, that's so ugly! Draymond stepping on Domantas Sabonis. What about it? For the whole Draymond Sabonis situation, just gotta say I hate Draymond for that. Draymond's a punk. Draymond sucks at basketball. Seriously, like, okay, his explanation for stopping on Sabonis was, well, I'm not that flexible, man. I'm not flexible. I gotta put my foot somewhere. Yeah, on his chest. You can't, like, you're an NBA player. You're an NBA player and you're not flexible enough to extend your leg like an extra foot to not step on his chest. Yeah, Keep trying to act like you didn't stomp on him on purpose. And then people saying Sabonis grabbed his leg. Barely, first of all. And also, Sabonis is a tough player. People say Sabonis is soft. I don't know why they say that. War Eagle? Hell yeah. War damn Eagle, baby. Sabonis is not soft at all. Sabonis played through the entire season with a broken thumb. He also played through all 7 games, one of which he had a black eye in. So I don't know where you're getting this idea that Domas is soft. He also led the league in offensive fouls. Psh, you think that's soft? You think some little sissy boy's gonna lead the league in offensive fouls? No. Domantas Sabonis is not like that. He is a tough, gritty big man. He's like his dad, Arvydas. Literally, he is exactly like his dad, Arvydas. He's a good passer, too, and everything. That'd have been good. I'm also mad because we traded Christian Wood. Why did you trade Christian Wood, y'all? Serious question for Mavs fans. Why'd you let go of Christian Wood? For what? What did you get in return? Because now y'all have Rashawn Holmes. You're welcome for that. Rashawn Holmes will be good with Luka and Kyrie. I have a good feeling about Rashawn Holmes coming. I hope he does well in Dallas. But you got Rashawn Holmes. You let go of Christian Wood. Do you still have Reggie Bullock? Serious question. I don't really keep up with Reggie Bullock because I'm not a Mavs fan. But he was hilarious because he was never really all that good. But he got a like random triple double in the end of the season, and Mavs fans went crazy over it. Where were you for the Reggie Bullock triple double? I wish we could have someone on the Kings like that. Chimezie Metu, he would have been a good candidate for that. We let him go. He's at the Suns now. They need him. Chimezie Metu is going to do great. I'm just saying. I'm sorry that you'll have to look at all these squares on your screen. I don't think you can even see the track. It's that bad. This is comedically horrible. Like, watching this, you can't even see anything. You might as well just look at, like, a blank screen with audio behind it. Because you can't see anything. I will try to think of ways to fix this, alright? But as long as we can stream, I'm up for it. Mid-all lapping, I don't know why. Wow, did y'all see that slip drift? I mean, you didn't. You can't see anything. But that was a really cool slip drift. I hate this game sometimes. I'm gonna have to rechange. Yeah. Such a weird lap so far. Come on, let's make this a 0.9 somehow. Magic 0.9. It was not a magic 0.9. Please, if you're watching the stream, take a screenshot of the most pixelated frame of the stream and send it into the Big Fry Discord, because I want to see this. I've already seen it, but I want to see like the most pixelated it gets, because you could count the number of pixels on the screen. Like, it was so bad when I saw it. That was hilarious. Bro just realized, yeah. I didn't know. I thought it would be like a little blurry or something. I didn't realize it was actually like unwatchable. It's basically listening to a podcast right now. That's all y'all are doing. It's like GIFs have a better bitrate than this. It looks like I'm streaming, and like you could like fit the whole stream on a QR code. It's so little information. I promise y'all, the Mushroom Gorge gameplay underneath all those pixels is beautiful. It's the most pristine gameplay you've ever seen. Holy crap, the bitrate. I know. I know, guys. Let me look at it one more time. Oh my god. Wow. Thoughts on the game versus Tamu? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh wow, they shipped away Reggie too? I mean, Reggie has been gone for a while. I don't know if you knew, but yeah, he's hasn't been at Nintendo for years. He's gone. I love Reggie. I think the ghost of Reggie still affects Nintendo to this day. How does Reggie affect LeBron's legacy, guys? He's on the Spurs. Oh, Reggie Bullock, not Reggie Fils-Aimé. He's on the Spurs. Oh, okay. Good for the Spurs for picking up a not super fresh new player. Also, have y'all seen that Victor Wembanyama is a 84 overall on NBA 2K? That is nuts. LeBron James in his rookie year was a 79. LeBron James was a 79, and they're taking Victor Wembanyama and making him an 84. The glazing, y'all. The glazing is so much. The glazing is crazy. He's not gonna be that good, I swear. He'll be good. I expect Victor Wembanyama to be a, like, in his rookie year, 15, 8, and 1 kind of guy, right? Lots of decent number of points, decent number of rebounds. He's not going to get many assists because he's the man on that team. But he can't be that good. Have you seen? First of all, he's only like 19 years old. So stop putting pressure on him to be the best player in the world, in history, already at the age of 19. Booker is softer than a blanket. Agreed. That's a cold take. Hot take, Scoot Henderson is better than Victor Wembanyama. Absolutely. Oh, I agree with that 100%. I'm actually scared of Scoot Henderson. I'm not scared of Victor Wembanyama even a little bit. Because Scoot Henderson has proven himself to be an actually good ball handler, shooter, very physical slasher, and defender. He's proven himself to be all of those things. Victor Wembanyama was shooting 28% from 3 in the French League. That never gets talked about. Like, Victor Wembanyama's not a good shooter. And I know he's a center, so he doesn't have to be a good shooter. But that's a part of his game. Like, have you seen Victor play? He needs to be a good shooter to be effective on the floor. And he isn't one yet. I mean, being coached by Greg Popovich will help. Because he helps everything. You know, he'll help. He'll get a little meat on his bones. He's in San Antonio. You think you can't not gain weight in San Antonio? Impossible. He's a few like good baby back ribs away from being a dominant center. So, you know, being in San Antonio is the perfect place to fix that. You know what they say about the women down in San Antonio. Charles Barkley has said it a billion times. You know, they be whooping them churros. That's not how Charles Barkley sounds. But we've all seen the clip of Charles Barkley talking about San Antonio women. Chuck, what you got against San Antonio? I ain't got nothing against San Antonio. You know, they invented the toothbrush down in San Antonio. I didn't ask you that. He's like, I think the San Antonio Spurs are a great program. I think it's a great city. But they got some big old women down there, bro. He will not leave them alone. Bro is big too. Like, let's not forget, he was the round mound of rebounds. Like, come on now. How was that a point two? That was better than that. Imagine you get a PB and can't post it because of this awful bit rate. The recording does not have this bit rate. The recording's bit rate is perfectly fine. And it looks good. So I can get a PB and upload it looking just fine. There are some already? Excellent. Excellent. I can't wait to see them. This is going to be so fun. How do I join the Big Fry Discord? It is in the link to... Excuse me. It is in the description of my most recent video. Always is. You can go check it there. It will be readily available for you to join. Go join it up. Sometimes we talk about English Premier League games. And we hardly ever talk about Mario Kart. That's all. Speaking of English Premier League games, did y'all see the North London Derby this morning? I was watching it with my friend John, because he's a Tottenham fan. He was up. We went to bed at like 1 last night. Bro was already up at 8 in the morning to watch the Premier League. Granted, he's a huge Tottenham fan, so duh. And Tottenham tied Arsenal. Good for Tottenham, you know. I see Tottenham's, they've been turning a new leaf recently. They lost Kane and somehow got better. Can you believe that? They lost Harry Kane, and all it took was Anja Postecoglou and James Maddison to be better than they were before. Can you believe that? This is the for real? Yeah. It's funny how, like, behind chat is, too. Because I'm 5 minutes in the future, and y'all are just now talking about when I was looking at my phone at the stream. Wow. This is the most delayed stream I've ever had. Let me know when I say alligators. Type alligators when I say alligators. Right now, alligators. That will give me, it's 2:27. I'm looking at the clock. It's 2:27 right now. When y'all say alligators in chat, that will tell me exactly how long the chat delay is. Bro, you thought it was your internet? If that was your internet, are you streaming off of like a windmill? Are you relying on like hydro? Like are you relying on an energy source from like a river? Wow. Oh, you're referencing Auburn getting stomped by Tamu. Oh yeah. Okay. We did get absolutely. Texas A&M murdered us, but I mean, it was nice having our false hope for the season for 3 weeks after playing, you know, Samford for homecoming. Like, come on now. We beat Samford pretty handily, but like, Samford should be the kind of school we're beating 70-0, and we didn't. We barely beat Cal. That was embarrassing. Yeah. I like how you can actually decipher what's happening. Can you? Not really. I looked at it. I could see a lot of squares. A lot of squares. Couldn't really tell where I was on the track. Okay, we're good. Oh, anyway, about Auburn football. So right now, we have a better record, I think, than Alabama. Actually, did they win yesterday? I don't really keep track of Alabama football. I just always hope they lose. So it was very nice to see Alabama lose to Texas a few weeks ago. That was wonderful, because we also beat Cal that same week, so it was like a double win. Granted, it's Cal. Like, we played bad and still won because Cal sucks. And then Bama has to play actual opponents. We don't have to do that. Well, we have to do that now. But our first 3 games were UMass, Cal, and Samford. Like, if we don't go 3-0, we are the worst football team in the world. For any of you British people out there, that's like if I was a Brighton fan and our first 3 games were like Wolves, Crystal Palace, and like Everton. Like, of course we're beating those guys. I say Brighton because, I mean, Auburn's not the best. They're just good. Kind of like Brighton. They're up there. They're top 5 in the Prem right now. They're doing good. Zion in his rookie year was at 81. I did not know that. He also actually played in his rookie year. Or did he? Actually, I don't remember. He's hardly played any games. I saw a stat that was talking about Zion Williamson. Apparently, he has shot 30 for 43 on his career on drives after a rejected screen. That's not all that important, but just think about that. 43 on his whole career. He's been in the NBA for like 4 years, and he has had 43 field goal attempts after a rejected screen. Think about this. If you're Zion Williamson and you get, say, 2 or 3 rejected screen attempts per game, you should be racking up 150 of those by the end of the season, because you have 82 games. Bro has made 43 in his whole career. That's how few games he's played. It's awesome. When it's loading, all the bits go into the face cam and it looks kind of normal. Nice. That's funny. Also, just saying, I think Mike Brown deserves to be in the Hall of Fame as a coach. I don't know if they let coaches in the Hall of Fame. I think they do. But Mike Brown, for those unaware, he's the Kings head coach and he's done a great job. That's not the reason I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. He also coached LeBron when he was on the Cavs. He coached at the Warriors. He was a defensive coach for the Warriors when they were winning all their rings. He's a very, very successful coach. And then he moved to Sacramento with the goal of turning around the whole franchise, and he did. He did turn around the whole franchise, and now we're good. So yeah, Mike Brown, first ever unanimously voted Coach of the Year. Think about that for a sec. He's a very good coach. I think he's a prime candidate for the Coaching Hall of Fame. 」 . 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 » Papa's the GOAT coach. He deserves the Hall of Fame induction. Yes, he does. I agree with that. Can't say Mike Brown is better than Greg Popovich, because Popovich has proven himself to be an insanely good coach. I mean, part of what a lot of people are saying about Wembanyama is that he's in good hands in San Antonio. So even though Popovich is like 8,000 billion years old, it's Popovich. Like, he's going to teach him well. All right, boom. 6 minutes behind. Alligators. I see it now. Bam. Okay, so it is a 6-minute delay. Oh, y'all finally got to when I was talking about the North London Derby. That's how delayed chat is. Wow. This is very delayed. It's whatever, though. It's whatever. I'm new. Which team do you support? In the Premier League, Tottenham, because my roommate's a Tottenham fan, so I watch Tottenham games with him sometimes. In the NBA, I'm a very, 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 very big Sacramento Kings fan. It's a tough life. People are also constantly doubting the Kings. Like, come on. To be fair, they have a good point this year, okay? The Western Conference is absolutely stacked. I hate it so much. Chris Paul gets traded from a Western Conference team to another Western Conference team. Bradley Beal joins, Kyrie joins, KD joins, Marcus Smart joins. You know, like, all these new players coming into the Western Conference Finals right when the Kings are getting good. It feels terrible. The only thing I'm holding on to hope for is that Damian Lillard gets traded to the Heat. Please, please let it happen. If Damian Lillard gets traded to the Heat, I will be so happy. So happy. Get him out of the Western Conference, please. I don't want to have to play Damian Lillard. By the way, what do we think of Tottenham? I'll have to finish the chant in the chat. Watch this. Oh, it didn't work. Alright. We've been going for about an hour. I hope you all have enjoyed the few pixels that you can see. The podcast with, some with a visual on it. It's kind of what it is. No, we haven't even gotten a lap time in forever. I haven't even been thinking about that. I've just been thinking about the Kings and things like that. Pretty fun. I like thinking about the Kings. Just have to get it off my chest. I know. I said I wasn't going to talk about the Kings very much, but lo and behold, here we are. I'm doing it. Talking about the Kings again. Sorry. First stream back, what do I do? Immediately talking about the Kings. You know. For these last few, I'm going to lock in. Got my headband on and everything. Maybe I should put the shark hat on. That would complete the fit. Hey Big Fry, can you teach me how to get better? You have Funky Kong. Well, it's excellent that you have Funky Kong, but the main key ingredient is the Flame Runner. You'll need the Flame Runner. Has bro still not seen the alligators? Oh no, that was a while ago. I saw the alligators. So how to get better at Grand Prix mode? Well, you gotta learn some shortcuts. I think shortcuts are the easiest way to get an edge up on the CPUs. The easiest few to learn, I think, are the DK Summit single. What's another one? The Grumble Volcano Respawn. It's pretty easy. What do you think? Easy shortcuts. Just know the intended